Guess where me and the fluffy creature is? We're at Sandhurst Lake. Welcome to this week's blog. Thanks for joining me. And don't forget, if you like these type of videos, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell notification and you'll never miss another one of these videos again. So yeah, we're back at Sandhurst. Haven't been here for about 8 months. If you look at my winter series I did on air, we did quite well. Me and the Carp dog. We had a good time down here at Sandhurst, so we thought we'd pop in. We got a nice 24 hour, and it's about an hour, well, about half an hour before dark. So we've just sort of set up, me and him, set up right there. Look at that, beautiful, isn't it? It's about 4 other people on, and we're going to give it a go. So what we're going to talk about is how we're going to go through the rigs, where I'm fishing, the spot I'm fishing, everything to do with how I tackle a day ticket water, specifically Sandhurst Lake. The rods are out. I've got 3 bottom baits on. Banged them out there to a little spot I found as it was getting dark. Just done a couple of casts onto each spot, and I've put about 5 spods out there, which is the chili emp that I make, a can of corn, some 15mm bottom baits, some of the test bait I'm using, and I put some crushed up and chopped up boilies in there as well, in with the chili emp. So I mixed it all up, spotted about 5-6 spods out there over the 3 rods. I'm fishing all 3 rods on them within like 10 feet of each other, and just spread those spods out there. So that's where we're at. So join me for the rest of the video, because now I'm going to get a cup of tea on, get me dinner on just before dark, and I'll leave you with a look at the beautiful Sandhurst Lake and see how we get on. Morning. Well, it's just gone 5, just gone first light. Have a look out there, look. And the fish were jumping all over the place last night. I didn't get no sleep at all for about 2 hours kip. Absolutely knackered. But this is the best time of the day to see where the fish are moving, where they're showing, where they're fizzing. So if nothing else, you can reposition your rods or cast a showing fish, or if you're just showing up, get a few single hook baits out there. You know, you can nick a fish sometimes if you're just turning up. But he's asleep in there, look. Can't even see him, he's in there. He ain't even moved all night, just a few little twitches. But yeah, loads of fish moving about last night. Really active. I'm sort of expecting someone to get a bite or a couple of bites this morning. Hopefully it'll be us. But it's looking spot on. Seen a little bit of fizzing out there. Not over where I'm fishing though. But you never know, do you? It does really only take 1 bite. So absolutely cream crackered after only getting a couple of hours sleep. But you've got to get up. Got to make the effort to get up first thing. Got to make the effort, especially when they're showing last night so much. Because they're feeding, you know, they're definitely feeding. And you learn such a lot from watching where the fish are. A lot of people I see on lakes, especially day ticket lakes like this, they're asleep. Asleep to about 8-9 o'clock. They miss all the action where everything's showing, where everything is. So I'm gonna get a brew on and keep watching and looking and listening. Hopefully we'll get a bite. If nothing else, it'll give us an indication of where to reposition our hook baits. I think I might even have a word with Mrs. B, see if I'll stay another night, as you do, if nothing happens this morning. I like to say that nothing's been happening this morning. It was quiet out there. That's why the reason I haven't caught anything. But the fish were jumping all over the place. They were fizzing up continually out there. It was unbelievable really that no one on the entire lake that I could see had a bite. With that much fish activity, no one had a bite. It's madness, you know. But the only good thing is I've seen where the fish were feeding this morning, so I'm going to realign my spots. There's a couple of things that maybe that I didn't get a bite. Was one, I didn't see any fizzing or jumping on the spot I was fishing. I had all 3 rods on that spot. Whereas tonight, I think I'm going to have 3 separate areas where I see them fizzing and jumping this morning. Now the lake's changed a little bit since I was last down in the winter. It's still pretty clear, gin clear, but there's no weed. There's hardly any weed out there now. It's a totally different bottom to what it was. The weed just isn't there. So fishing 3 rods on one spot might be too many lines going through the water into one area. So I'm going to swap it around a bit from me last night, because Mrs. B has allowed me and the fluffy one, where is he? There he is, to do another night. She's good, isn't she? Yeah, I'm going to choose 3 different spots where I see the fish. A little bit of bait on there, 3 or 4 spods on each area. Slacken them lines off a little bit. I didn't get any bleeps, any liners, nothing at all. It was a bit strange. And no one else has had any bites either. So I'm going to reel in and go through my approach, show you the rig, the Spod mix, and go through why I'm using that particular rig. So I'm going to reel in. I'll see you in a minute. Brought in the rods. I've re-chucked them out to the areas where I see the fish feeding and fizzing and jumping this morning. Clipped them up to those lengths, 20 wraps, 21 wraps, something like that. I've written it down. I'm just going to run you through the rig that I'm using, because out there I'm fishing in the silt. Now it's hard silt, but it's silt, so there's hardly any weed out there, so I want to fish bottom baits. On lakes that aren't weedy, I like to fish bottom baits rather than pop-ups. Just a confidence thing really. I've always done better with bottom bait rigs on lakes that haven't got any weed in them. So this is a pattern oyster type of setup. That is about an 8 or 9 inches, about 25 pound amnesia clear, which is a semi-stiff material. I steam that straight. I've got a size 4 pinpoint hooks, chod hook there, super sharp, hand sharpened that, sharp as anything, and there's a double bait there on a D-ring. This is the D-rig. It's a very effective rig for silt or for hard bottoms. Now that's something a little bit different. They're used to seeing single round balls on their own. Double baits, more for them to get rid of in their mouth, very tricky. Plus also it's something that they haven't really seen or don't really see, I wouldn't have thought, especially on a day ticket late. It's just something a little bit different. You'll notice that the top one is meshed. I meshed this up earlier on because of the old dreaded black chickens getting on it, and any silverfish, that won't come off. The bottom one is just straight out of the bag as well, but that's not meshed. So there you go, that's a D-rig. So I'm going to get this back out the spot, put 3 or 4, maybe 5 spods over each area that I see the fish this morning, and then we'll talk about the Spod mix that I'm using. Okay, we're going to have a look at the Spod mix that I'm using. All my Spod mixes, no matter where I am, my base mix is always the old chili hemp. Always put that in. That's always my base mix. Nice bit of chili hemp, can't beat it. Every fish in the world likes it. Next thing I do is I put in some sweet corn, mix that all in there as well. Just gives it that little fleck of colour. Some chopped baits that I'm using and some whole baits. So there's all different sizes of baits out there, so they can't regulate their suck. There's a bit of everything. It attracts all the smaller fish in. Also it gives them some boilies to feed on. You know, the hemp, the maize, the corn. Now sometimes I put groats in there, cause a bit of a cloud, but that's my general sort of mix that I use for my spodding. I'm going to spod 4 or 5 out of each of those little areas that I found, and we'll see where we go from there. Right, so we're sorted. We've redone the rigs. We've redone the spots to where we see the fish showing this morning. Wrapped them up, spodded over the top. I think I put about 3 or 4 spods over each rod. I've spread them out a bit more, and I've semi-slacked them off. Have a look at the bobbins. They're semi-slack, just to give that little bit, hopefully, the fluorocarbon leaders that I'm using and the little short lengths of lead core is going to be on the bottom. Rather than have them bowstring tight, all 3 rods in the same area, I've spread them out, semi-slackened off the lines, just in case they're moving about and they're coming into contact with them lines over that small area and they're spooking off it, which I suspect they possibly are, because there's no weed out there. All we can do now is wait. Kettle's on. That's going to be that's boiling. I better get to that in a minute. Let's have a little look at him. In there, look. Look at him, look. Say hello. Look. Look at him, look. He's doing what he loves doing in there, the old carp dog, snoring his head off, sleeping and snoring and getting out and doing what he does. That's all we can do now. All we can do is wait out there. It's looking absolutely spot on. Seen a couple of fish this afternoon as well. So we just prepared our traps, got them out nice early. Not going to get dark for another 9 hours. I'm just going to leave them out there now until tomorrow morning when we have to pack up and go. But it's all to play for. Feeling a lot more confident now. You know, I've had that extra day, that extra night to get my spots sorted. If I was doing an overnighter, and for you guys that just do like a single overnighter, Friday night or Saturday night, you know, we're bang up against it, aren't we, if we're doing overnighters. You've got to get everything spot on that first night. So having that extra night, thanks Mrs. B by the way, it just gives you that added advantage now of like, I know where the fish are feeding, hopefully they come back. Gives you that little bit of a confidence boost, and you know, it's all to play for. You're on the money, or we hope so anyway. The fish could be up the other end of the lake by the end of this evening or tomorrow morning, but I think they're out there on the naturals. I've put the minimum amount of bait out there. I'm sort of trying to confuse them with the double hook baits on the semi-stiff sort of hook link, the razor sharp pinpoint hook, that chod hook, and all we do now is just wait and see what happens. That's all we can do. So I'm going to get on that kettle, I'm going to have a nice cup of tea, chill out and just enjoy being here. Well, I thought I'd give you a little update. It's about 7:30, about an hour and a half before darkness, and the fish started to move about. It means it's so important early on when we got those rods out early, baited up early, got the lines down early. And at the moment I'm watching other guys around the lake, they're all casting out, they're all spomming, they're doing whatever they've got to do while the fish are showing. So I think I made the right decision. It's quite important to do different to what everyone else is doing, I feel anyway. It just puts you one step ahead of the fish. Look at him, look, seen him in, look, he's doing what he does, don't he? Look, nothing, snoring like a good one. He's been out there once today, had a look round, went back in, bless him, he don't care. Let's have a little look at here, shall we? Look, let's tone that down a bit. The wind's dying down a bit. It got up a little bit earlier on and the fish started showing. But they're not showing anywhere near me, but they're out in the middle, so not far away. And I'm hoping with these slack lines, or semi-slack should I say, that they get on it tonight or in the morning, because I missed an opportunity this morning. They weren't on the spots I was fishing, so I've moved them to the, I thought it was a fish then, but it's a ducks, the old black chickens in the margins down there, look. They're down there waiting for darkness so then they can come out, venture out. Talking to black chickens, look. What do you make the t-shirts, guys? These are the ones I was telling you about, look. You can get these on my website, www.leoncarper.com. Got them in green, got them in tan, and got them in brown as well, like dark chocolate brown. So, yeah, have a check them out. Every time one comes near, I keep showing it to him like that, and he keeps on going back in underneath the tree. Like a little deterrent it is. I keep getting out, sticking it out towards them, and they don't like it up them. They don't like him up them, sir, do they? So, you know. But yeah, it's looking rather good out there. You know, I'm in prime position. I'm confident now. Like I always say, I can't say it enough. Confidence is everything. I'm confident in what I'm doing. This morning when I woke up, where I see the fish, I thought I might get a bite, I don't know, you know, but I weren't on them. Didn't see no fizzing, didn't see no showing anywhere near my rods. So we've all to play for. The rods are on the dance floor, and it really does only take one bite. It really does only take one bite. So we're happy. We're fishing, we're angling, dinner's going on in a minute. Gonna give him a little boot, wake him up, so he can try and catch some rats. I ain't seen any. You don't see any when he's about. They disappear. They know what's good for them. So that's where we're at as we go into our last night. See what happens. You know, I'm feeling confident if something might happen. But if not, we've enjoyed ourselves at Sandhurst. Cracking lake, really is. You know, it's about 350, 400 fish in here now, And there's some crackers. I mean, I think it's about 10 40s, I think 11 40s at the right time of year. Commons, mirrors, and they're always putting stock fish in every year. If they lose any for old age, like 4 or 5, they re-put some like harrowfish in or whatever, and you know, it's definitely worth a check out. Have a little check. I'll try and put a little map up. Before I go tomorrow, I'm going to take some video of the map in the car park. It's a map of the whole lake and all the depths, and where all the silt is, where all the gravel is, everything, and it's really helpful. You can see it on the website as well. I think it's www.sandhurstlake.co.com. Have a look on there. It'll give you all the information about the lake. Really interesting, the map. It's where all the features are on that. So it's quite busy. There's quite a few on, and we're going to see what happens. Catch up with you soon, hopefully in the night. Morning, guys. Well, I'm absolutely wounded. Absolutely gutted. I've just lost one. 20 to 8. About an hour or so before I got to pack up. Left hand rod, a couple of bleeps, tightened up, hit into it, played it for about a minute. Went to the left, lost it. Absolutely gutted. Oh, here's the rig. Gutted, wounded. Hook point is turned over a little bit. I'm not going to recast it out there for the last hour, so I've got 2 other rods out there and I don't want to disturb it, but I'm yeah, not happy. But that's fishing for you, isn't it? You win some, you lose some. But you know, I think that's the chance. Not been fishing too well at the moment, so not seeing anyone else have a bite. So I'm lucky that I had a bite, but lost it. Hook just pulled. Can't believe it. But there you go. That's one of the things, isn't it? Gone from 0 to hero, just as we're packing up. We caught a little stocky. Look. In the net. Little stocky. How about that? Just shows you how your luck can change, can't it? In a blink of an eyelid. I'm going to get her out and take a couple of photos of her. See you in a minute. Well, here she is. Nice little stocky. Little double. Look at that, look. Beautiful little fish. Bit of a turn up for the books, wasn't it? Just unpacking up the kit, right hand rod. A few bleeps, pulls up tight. Into it, and it's that lovely little common. Lovely little common. And it's that lovely little mirror. Probably about £14, £15 max, something like that. But at least I haven't blanked anyway. From being wounded and down to actually catching one, getting a bite. I've only got 1 rod left out there now, look. 1 rod left out. We never know. As I'm packing up the rest of the kit, last rod might tear off. But, you know, at least we had a bite, don't care how big it is. Made up for that one we lost, so I'm happy again now, rather than being all over the place. Him, look, you can't even see him. He ain't even moved as usual. He's not even moved. His little snozzle come poking out when I had that bite earlier on, and that one didn't even move, didn't even get out, nothing. Couldn't even be bothered. So, right, I'm going to continue me pack up and crack on and get home, do some work. So guys, if you like these type of videos and you want to see more of this, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell icon and you'll never miss another video again. See you for the next video.